I watched the original theatrical cut first.
Okay.
And then, of course, in reading about this, I'm like, God damn it.
You're like, well, I guess I have to.
Yep.
Yeah.
So then I went back and watched the other one. And I'll tell you what I noticed right off the bat. Watching the theatrical version for the first time ever, never seeing this movie, I have no clue what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're literally like, he's writing a book, and then they're in the street. Dallas meets him, and they go, and that's how this movie starts.
That's what I remember from watching it as a kid.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's how it started.
Which is the original version of this movie.
Okay.
Which is why I don't understand how people liked the original.
Thank you. I completely agree with you because I've tried so many times, even like later on when I'm trying to do my like pretentious movie watching part of my life, right? Well, The Outsiders, I'm going to love this movie because I love The Goonies and Stand By Me and all these other like coming of age movies. Look at all the amazing cast in this movie. And you watch it, you're just like, I don't know what's going on. I feel like I just walked in. I feel like this is classic AJ where I didn't see the first 20 minutes of the movie.
Because he says,
and then I come in and I'm just like, oh, okay.
His storyline is, as I walked out of the movie house, I opened my eyes.
Yeah.
I stepped out into the light
from the movie house.
Yes.
In the original version, there's no movie house. What are we talking about?
It's just Dallas standing at that light pole against the pole.
Exactly what it is.
And him and Two
Johnny.
Bit. Him and Johnny walking up to that and saying, what are we going to do? Well, nothing legal, haha. And it's like, okay, I guess this is fun. I understand like maybe the angle they're going for, but I think it was a miss.
Completely.
Yeah.
But then in watching the extended version, you see this whole entire opening. He starts writing the book. He steps out of the movie house and then gets chased and beaten up by socias and then rescued by all our main characters. And we don't see any of that.
None of that.
In the theatrical release.
Think about, and I could bring it up later, but again, we're in the moment of it right now that I don't want to forget it. You think about that, and you think about how soon we now see guys like Tom Cruise actually get some Tom Cruise time. We actually get some Patrick Swayze time. We actually get a little bit of Soda Pop time, of Rob Lowe time. All those things, we actually get that in the complete novel version. We don't see some of those guys until like 20, 25 minutes later. Or 20 minutes later.
Soda Pop might have gotten the most shit cut from.
I agree.
Definitely.
Because like they're supposed to be, correct me if I'm wrong, Soda Pop and like Pony Boy are supposed to be like the tightest of tight, and they're like bestest friend brothers in the world, and they would do anything for each other. You do not get a sense of any of that in the original movie.
You don't.
And even in the extended one, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I get it. They love. There's that weird cuddle scene in the bed where you're like, oh, okay.
It is kind of a weird thing because you're like, oh, I was never, not even at like, I never had to share a bed with my brothers.
It was a different time.
Look, we had bunk beds, all right? It was the 90s in my day. We had bunk beds.
That's how you knew you came from royalty.
Yeah.
From money.
Yeah, you're with the bunk beds, not just one bed.
Where the bottom bed was more of a queen.
Yeah,
and
it was
the top
like
was a twin.
That was like a full
Yeah.
size.
Oh, yeah.
Top was a twin.
Oh, yeah.
I never got the top bunk.
Definitely not.
I got dibs on top.
Until I did one time, and my mom had removed the gate, and I definitely rolled off and hit my head on.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh,
Explains a lot, man.
It does.
Yeah, it
doesn't
does. Wow, great to meet you again.
Huh? What are we doing here?
So
Swayze?
no, I do. I think it's absolutely crazy. I'm so glad I ended up finding the complete novel version because I had such a hard time enjoying this movie up until that point, until I finally found it. And you get so much context in the complete novel version. And that's why I read that one review, is because skip the complete novel version. It's like, no, don't. I don't think you should at all. I think that's one you should watch.
I think that's most people's consensus, unless they don't like it, obviously, But like talking about cutting it to 91 minutes from 2 hours and 13 is like, it should be illegal for companies
Studios
to do
to
this.
do that?
Yeah, I mean, I know they're paying for the movie, but it's like, you hired me to do this story right, and so you're just going to cut it and take it away from me and make it completely not make sense whatsoever. That's, I don't know. They're not banking on the names in this movie. They haven't really done anything yet.
No,
you know?
That's a good
we
point.
look back on it and be like, wow, that's a can't miss,
Exactly.
but not at this point.
Yeah.
I'll tell you-
it's not a. It is a full stacked cast. As long as you're looking at it from now.
Yeah.
I try to cut down our 2-hour podcast episodes to 90 minutes every week,
Yeah.
and I can't do it. It's impossible. I don't know how you would do it to a movie.
You don't
Well,
get
you
the
need to
full
start
context.
releasing the complete novel versions of our episodes.
I know you don't want
Those
that.
are released on vinyl.
You probably don't. Those are released on vinyl.
We only get those.
And you have to flip to the B side.